but it is just a really soft, it's so soft and fuzzy yarn. How adorable is he? This is definitely one of my favorite Squirtle patterns. So first off, we are going to be using the Feels Like Bliss, but it's absolutely horrendous, and apologies for the jump scare. Here she is. She's super duper cute. Look at those little ears. It's just all fluff. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Amanda and I own a small crochet business called The Cotton Florist. Today we are going to be doing a video where I am going to just be exclusively using fuzzy, fluffy and textured yarn. So if you're wondering what I'm talking about, I'll show you some of the yarns that I'm going to be working with. I'm going to be not working with Premier, Parfait Chunky or any kind of chenille or velvet yarn. I'm only going to be using fuzzy or fluffy yarn. I'm kind of challenging myself. I really want to use more of that kind of yarn, so that is what we're going to do this week. So let me show you some of the yarn we're going to be working with. Now, some of this yarn you will be familiar with if you've seen my other vlogs. Some of it will be new. So the first one I'm going to show you is a new one that I haven't used before, but I think I purchased this about a year ago. I think I've shown an unboxing of this yarn on my vlog, but I never used it. I don't know what this one's called because I can't read it. It is this. It has the most adorable packaging. Look at that tag. So cute. And it is like a really kind of fuzzy yarn. I don't really know how to describe this other than like a fuzzy yarn. It's not fluffy necessarily. And it doesn't shed either. I'm not sure if you can see. Hopefully it's coming up on camera. But it is just a really soft, it's so soft and fuzzy yarn. So I really wanted to use this. I did see a pattern for a Squirtle I put the name of them on screen, and they use this yarn. So I hunted this yarn down. I bought it from AliExpress. It's the only place that I could find it, so I could make a Squirtle. And I also bought a bunch of other colors just to make other things. And I've already started working on the Squirtle, so I'll show you what it looks like before I introduce the other yarns. So I'm using this really pretty blue color. It's so nice. And this is the head. So it does come out quite small, as you can see, because it's thin, the yarn is very thin. And I guess for reference, this is 60 stitches. So yeah, 60 stitches normally would be very big, but because it's a very thin yarn, you can see the texture, right? It's so soft. I really like this yarn. So I'm going to make a Squirtle. It's a really cute, kind of different design Squirtle. So I thought it could be fun to make, just something different, right? So I find this yarn is definitely more of a vibe crochet. So I kind of feel my way through it. I definitely can't see my stitches. Not sure if you can see, but you can't really see them. They're pretty much invisible. You do just definitely have to just feel. So it's all about feeling to get the stitch count right. So far it's been working out. My stitch count has been good, so that's good. And I'll show you the other yarns that we're going to be using this week. So first off, we are going to be using the Feels Like Bliss. I just grabbed 2 colors right now, but I have I think 6 colors. So we'll try and use the whole thing. I do really want to make frogs with these. I've spoken about it before. I'm going to make frogs with this green. This is a sage color as well. It's really pretty. And this one is Dusty Rose. So let's see what we can come up with. But I definitely want to make frogs. And so a few other patterns that I have my eye on that I want to see how they would work in a fluffy yarn. And next, but probably not finally, because I do have some more fuzzy yarn that I'm wondering if I will attempt in this video or not. But we'll definitely be looking at this one, which is the Baby Bella. I get this from Spotlight. It is a chenille, even though I say we weren't doing chenille, but it's a fuzzy chenille. So it's kind of similar to the one that I was showing you earlier. However, you can kind of see that the brown is thicker. So this yarn, the Baby Bella, is a little bit thinner. I have made little adorable chicken keychains with it before. I'll put a picture on screen if I haven't found one in this video to show you, but I think it's attached to my daughter's school bag right now. But this is a really, really nice yarn to work with. It is a little bit weird at first trying to get used to not being able to see the stitches. I think it's a little bit easier than this one. But it's great, and it's very cheap. I think it's like $2 a skein at Spotlight. And I don't know if that's on sale price, but everything's always on sale at Spotlight, so just wait if it's not on sale. It's very cheap. And it's 50 grams. And I think from this ball of yarn, I have already made maybe 3 keychains, little tiny chicken keychains. So it's a little goes a long way. So I'm going to make some more keychains with this because it's perfect size, but I'll see what else I can come up with as well. I do have it in like, I think 5 other colors. So there's a blue here, and I think I have in like a crazy hot pink color, I think. It comes in some random colors, so we'll see what I can make. Maybe even some like fuzzy turtles, axolotls. It's a bit generic, but we'll see. We'll see what we can come up with. But this is the fuzzy / textured yarn challenge. Not challenge, but I guess it's a challenge. So let's jump straight into it. I really want to finish this Squirtle because I think it's going to look so cute. The head really is the largest part of it. So once I get through the head, it'll be kind of smooth sailing. So I'm going to like just try and smash this out and then give you guys a little update on how it's looking, but it is a really cute pattern. So I'm really interested to know if you guys have used these yarns before and what you made with them and what you thought about them, because I'll be giving my review as I go along with regards to like how they work up and what they like to sew with, etc. So let's get this done. Okay, so I have a little update on the Squirtle and he's done. How adorable is he? This is definitely one of my favorite Squirtle patterns. He worked up kind of small because obviously the yarn was thin, but he's so fuzzy. So I'm a big fan of this yarn. It was really easy to use. I couldn't really see the stitches, but I could feel them. So that was enough. It was fine. So definitely not beginner friendly yarn, but it is a great yarn to use. So definitely stick with it if you're wanting to use textured yarns. Just push through. You'll get there. But yeah. Loving this guy. Okay, so now that I'm finished with this yarn, we're going to move on to the Baby Belle. Sorry, it's a Bella Baby Chenille. Mouthful. So this one. Now, the colors I have are kind of wild. Like they're these colors. I can clearly see a Totoro potential in here with a white and gray. The yellows, there's 2 different types of yellows. There's a hot pink and a blue. I'm sure there's more colors, but that's what I have. So I'm thinking, I've just gone through like my patterns and I found a pattern from Bond and Buds. It's the Miffy pattern by Bond and Buds, and it uses grey, white and blue, which we have. This pattern was originally done in acrylic yarn, as you can see. So it's small, which is great because it probably will be a similar size to this yarn because it's quite thin. This yarn is pretty similar to the yarn I just used in terms of thickness. For example, maybe the Baby Bella is a little bit thicker actually, but it's very similar in terms of the feel of it. So I'm very interested to see how it's going to turn out. So we're going to use the grey, and this color is, it's grey, it's called grey. This one is the blue and it's called, surprise, surprise, it's called blue. And this is just called white. So these are available from Spotlight. It's the Bella Baby. They are very cheap. I think it was on sale for like $2 a skein, and they are 50 grams. I have made some keychains with them before. I don't have any with me now, but I've put them on my previous vlogs before. I've made little tiny chicken keychains. They're very quick to work up. Similar yarn in terms of like visibility, like with this one that I just used for the Squirtle. Can't really see the stitches. You kind of can, like you get used to it, you'll see the stitches, but yeah, it just takes getting used to. Once you start working with it, it's fine. So we're going to start this. I'm going to do this adorable Miffy pattern, and we're going to see what it looks like when I'm finished. I've also want to do this same pattern in chenille yarn, like a parfait chunky. So then maybe later on, if I do this again in like the future, I'll do a comparison of size comparison. So let's work this one up now using this other fuzzy yarn, and we'll see what it looks like. So I finished the Miffy but it's absolutely horrendous. And apologies for the jump scare. What the heck? Okay, so it's not the pattern, it's me. Essentially, the outfit is like back loop only to, I guess, define where the dress ends and the body is supposed to like curve in. If this was acrylic yarn and the pattern is an acrylic yarn pattern, it would have worked beautifully because acrylic yarn is really great for definition, and same with cotton and milk cotton. It's great to define shapes and get that really nice definition and detailing. This yarn is not it. This yarn is great for making plushies, but if you need to define like stuff like that, not so much. I should have probably chosen a pattern that was made with like a chenille yarn in mind. So yeah, it didn't really turn out. He's like, yeah, the dress is kind of meant to be like, if you push him up, squish him a little bit. Yeah, it still doesn't, the proportions are super off. The ears are crazy. I didn't even bother making the bonnet because I just hated it already. Yeah, the proportions are just super crazy. So I didn't even put him like a tail on him. I just got so angry after the first 3 pieces. I'm like, this is not going to turn out. So here's my fail, but that's okay. We're allowed to fail. It is an everything in fuzzy yarn challenge, so it was always going to happen. But I definitely picked the wrong pattern. He is still kind of cute in a way, but he's weird. Like he's kind of scary. So this is my second one. What the heck? Now I have to try and come back from this. So I'm going to try and pick a pattern that is going to be cute and not jump scare Miffy. So the yarn that I'm going to use, and I'll bring over my little box of fuzzy yarn. So no. Of course that was going to happen. Let's try that again. This is the yarn. This looks really nice. This is my box of fuzzy yarn. I have heaps more of this, but it's just, this static one. So far we've used this and the one closest to the camera. We've just used, is it in here? This one, obviously different color. So now we're going to use this, which is the Feels Like Bliss from Lion brand. I have a pretty okay amount of colors. So if I take away these for a second and analyze the colors I have, these are all the colors I have. I do have doubles. I've got doubles as well. So we've got greens, blues, a light pink, a brighter pink or a deeper pink, an orangish color, white, a light purple, like a lavender, yellow. So I have a good selection of colors, I think. I now have to figure out what I want to make, what pattern I want to use. So I'm not sure. I don't want to cheat and just do a frog. I don't want to cheat and just do a bee because I've done a bee already. I want to try and find a pattern that will be good for these colors. I'm feeling very inspired by the purple. I don't want to do a ditto, even though I want to do another ditto, but there's a lot of sewing. So I'm going to have a look at my patterns and I'll see what I can find. I'm looking at my patterns now to see if there's anything that jumps out at me. Actually, I found it. So there's a pattern by Wendy's Crochet Co. It's a bunny in a dress. I've never crocheted a bunny in a dress, but I've always wanted to. So it's this. Let me zoom in a little bit. It's super, super sweet. So I'm thinking, yeah, baby doll bunny in dress pattern. I'm going to give it a go. I've never done this pattern before. I'm just looking at it now. I mean, there's obviously a lot of sewing as well, but it's not annoying sewing, if you know what I mean. So I'm wondering how big this will work up because it is like a decent size for chenille. I do have the colors. So I don't have, wait, I have cream, don't I? I'm not sure, but that's fine. We could just do a white bunny and we can do the dress in pink. And it's got pink bow ties as well. So we could do like, is that too muted? Maybe these colors, or do you know what? I was saying I was feeling inspired by the purple, so let's do this. I think it'll be like a really beautiful color. So this is white by Feels Like Bliss. And this one is lavender. Feels like this. So I just need the 2 colors, so that's great. Nice and easy. So I'm going to get started on this. We're going to get this bunny done. And then, yeah, we'll check in and see. Hopefully it doesn't turn out like this. Hopefully it turns out better, because what the heck. I actually want to revisit that pattern that I did, this pattern, in acrylic yarn, because it is a nice pattern. It's just me plus the other yarn. Didn't work on this one. But anyway, we're going to start over. We're going to do like an actual plushie pattern, maybe plushie yarn. So let's get started and hopefully it turns out. Okay, so we've made progress. This is the little legs so far. It's working up quickly. It's definitely going to be small, but I think it'll work fine. I am doing back loop only in this as well for certain parts, and it's translating well, which is nice. It seems it was just the other yarn and being small. So far so good. We'll keep working on this one and see how much we can get done today. Okay, quick update. I have finished the head, the body, and one ear. Look how cute the little head is, and the body, and the little ear. So basically I just need to do one more of the ears, and then I need to also do the little apron, which I'm going to do in this lavender color. So yeah, I'm gonna get started on that now. Hopefully I can finish it very shortly, and then I'll show you guys what it's looking like. All right, so a little update on the bunny. I have finally finished. It is obviously the next day now. And here she is. She's super duper cute. Look at those little ears. Oh my gosh. So this one turned out very well. The yarn is quite easy to use. I find it really easy to see the stitches, which is surprising because it's the most fluffiest out of all of them. But yeah, it turned out really cute. So instead of doing 2 bows, I just did the one because I'm lazy. And also because I thought it might be too much, you know, going on because it's so tiny. But I think it's really pretty just as is, and that's like the dress at the back. So it's like a little pinafore dress. So she turned out super cute and very, very tiny, which I was expecting obviously because the yarn is quite thin. But yeah, very, very happy with this little bunny. So far on our fuzzy yarn challenge thing, we have this little bunny, we have this awesome Squirtle, and we have this little failed Miffy. So it's kind of funny, right? Like, you know, you can crochet something like this and then this. And sometimes it's not just you, it's the pattern / yarn combo. And I think this is a good representation of that, right? Like, as long as you're using the right pattern and yarn, these work out. Otherwise, they just don't translate well. I mean, it could just be you. I mean, this could have just been me, but you know. Anyway, I think it's really interesting. So what I decided to do is, because I failed really hard with this yarn, I'm going to do something else in this yarn, just so I can kind of redeem myself. So I'm going to try and find something else to crochet with this yarn. And I'm also going to throw in another type of yarn to crochet with that I wasn't too sure if I'd have time, but we're just going to do it. I was going to try and make this vlog kind of a little bit shorter and do 2 vlogs this week because I missed out on last week, but it's kind of too late now, so we're just going to roll with it and make it a bit longer. So I'm actually going to integrate another yarn in, and I'll show you what that yarn is. So it's this Verimoda Otis Faux yarn. It's probably the extreme side of the fluffy yarn. It's just all fluff. Like, there's this kind of piece that's been like attached, like this, what do I call that? A bit of string kind of stuff that is just stuck to. So it's, yeah, it's yarn, I guess. But anyway, anything can be crocheted with if it's like in a long strand, right? So this particular faux fur yarn is something that I think I bought this from Spotlight like a year or 2 ago, and these are the color range, right? Plus there's a gray, and I don't know if there's many. I think there's like a pink, maybe like a dusty pink, and I don't think it has a very good color selection. I bought a bunch of these thinking that I would just, I don't know what I thought I'd use it for. I think the gray I wanted to do Totoro, but I did create one thing. It was like a little mini Totoro, Chibi Totoro, my neighbor Totoro. It wasn't the normal one, it was like just the pure white one out of this yarn. It was very, very difficult to crochet with. I remember hating the hating the entire experience, but I really want to do it again. And I've been trying to think of what I can actually crochet, and I've decided that I'm actually going to crochet some chickens. And the reason is that the maple chicken pattern is very simple, and I feel like that's not too difficult to stuff up, and it's not too difficult to, you don't have to try and sew pieces together. So I'm thinking we could do a couple of different types of maple chickens. I don't know if this is a chicken color. I think there is a specific type of chicken that has this color, right? Anyway, I might just do like a couple. I don't know about this color, but at least these colors, I think they're really cute, like chicken colors. Pretty standard, probably. So I'm going to try these two and see how we go. And if it works out well, I might just make a whole bunch of them just to kind of get rid of the yarn, because I don't know what to make with it. And maybe I can like become more confident with this yarn too. And then I can maybe make bigger stuff. But I wanted to make teddy bears with this because look, it's a perfect kind of brown. Like it's this really nice, like lighter, dusty brown. The color is sesame. And they still sell this at Spotlight, by the way. It's one of those yarns that have stuck around. And I don't know who's buying this yarn because I don't really see much made with it. But maybe it's good for like scarves and stuff because it's so warm and like thick, and blankets and things. But yeah, I don't see it used too much in plushies. But I'm going to make chickens with this. So this is kind of like the bonus yarn I spoke about at the start of the video. So we're going to see how they turn out. And I'm also going to redeem myself by crocheting with this yarn again, but something else. Keychain related, probably. The chicken keychains that I spoke about before as well. Maybe, but we'll see. But anyway, let's get cracking on something and then we'll see if I can actually redeem myself. And we'll see if these chickens work as well. Like, let's see how difficult this yarn is. And let me know if you've used this yarn and what you used it on. Like, I am so interested to see what you used it on. And if you are on Instagram and you follow me on Instagram or you don't follow me on Instagram, tag me. Like, send it to me. I want to see what you've made with this Otis faux yarn. So yes, let's see how we go. Okay, we've made some progress with the fluffy yarn and here is the chicken. I think it turned out really cute. It's so fluffy, obviously. It's like the most fluffiest yarn I've ever used in my life. I decided to do the mouth and the top part with just chenille yarn because I didn't have yellow or red. So this is the chicken. I think it's looking really, really adorable. I will definitely make a bunch more just to get rid of the yarn because I don't know what to use it for. And I think these will be really popular. Like they're so cute. And it's just so super fluffy, which is nice. So I made this last night and I didn't get a chance to show you guys like what it's like working up. So I thought what I'll do is I'll make just a couple of rounds using this yarn just to show you guys, if you've never used this yarn before, what it looks like and how invisible it kind of is to work with, and some kind of tricks and tips that I found. So I'm going to switch the camera over and I'll show you guys what it looks like a POV of working with this yarn. All right, so let's just start off with a magic loop. I'm using a 4.5mm hook. Could definitely go bigger if it's, not working out. But I generally use 4.5 for pretty much everything except for blanket yarn. So I'm just going to do 8 single crochets in here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can probably see that the fur kind of looks like stitches. So see this here, these are not stitches. So what I like to do, and actually this is where the stitches are because you can see that kind of like it's binding. So what I like to do, so pull your magic circle together. The good thing is the magic circles are very easy to do. What I like to do, so these little tufts, I like to just pull them out. It's just yarn that's been like looped around and kind of stuck in your stitches. And if you pull them out every round, it means you don't have to brush your plushie afterwards. I mean, you still can, but look, now it looks so much better. There's still some that are sort of in amongst it in parts of the stitch, but it just makes it fluffier. See that? Because you're kind of releasing it. So then when you go around in your next round, it will be, you're not going to trap them even further, basically. So if I go again another round, as you can see, like I can't see my stitches at all. There's no way to see really where the stitches are. You can kind of see an indent in the yarn a little bit, but you have to make sure that you're not accidentally going into just fluff because it will eventually just make fluff instead of a stitch. So I'm just pretty much just going around again, doing an increase round. Yeah, it is definitely all about feel with this yarn. I find it is nice to work with after a while, but you do need to keep counting your stitches. If you're someone who doesn't really count and you just kind of put the stitch mark in and then off you go, I would be kind of cautious at the start to make sure you're counting your stitches and making sure that everything is correct. Because I find that with mine, they're sometimes not, and I just recorrect on the next round. So like I did before, just go in and just pull out all of the fur that's kind of gotten weaved into your stitch. And then that means that it looks so fluffy even on the right side, because usually the wrong side is where the fluffiness is, and it is so fluffy there. And I find that with the Feels Like Bliss, for example, it actually looks a lot more fluffier inside out. This is the right way around, so it's the right way out. But if I was to pull it inside out, it would look even more fluffier. So, but I find that with the fur yarn, as long as you continue to pull out the trapped yarn, or the trapped furs, it'll be super fluffy. So that's my little, I guess, hint and some tips, and kind of to show you POV what it looks like to work with this yarn. Some of them don't have quite thick bindings like this. Like, I don't know what to call it other than binding. See that? So some of them are a bit thinner, but because this is thicker, you can kind of see, right? Roughly where the stitches are. But it is definitely easy just to poke around and feel where it gives more. But yeah, hopefully that helps. Okay, so we're gonna go again with the Bella Baby. Is that what it's called? Bella Baby yarn? This one. Yeah. Bella Baby. But I'm gonna do it in yellow. I'm going to make a chicken. So we're going to make this one. So I'm using this pattern. It's a Ribbler pattern. It's called Low Sew Swinging Chick. And it's like a swinging chicken, but I'm just going to be making the chicken. So I've made this before. It is a very quick pattern. It works up really quick and would be a fantastic pattern for market prepping. So I'm going to do that now. The two colors I'm going to use, so I'm going to use this yellow for the chicken body, and for the chicken like feet, it's going to be this. So this color is maize, and I think this one was just yellow, I think. So let's get started and we'll see how quickly it works up. I don't think it takes that long. I'm going to use a 4mm hook for this one instead of my trusty 4.5, just because it is smaller. So I'm probably going to make a bunch of these for my upcoming market, because I tend to not use this yarn that much, and I'm really wanting to get rid of it. Kind of same way I want to get rid of the faux fur yarn and like actually use it. So yeah, it'll be good to lower my stash. Also, these are really great for making magic circles. No problem, because it doesn't shed. It's zero shed. Like, I don't know if I've showed you guys before, but nothing. It's just no shed, which is awesome. Quick little update. It's coming along very cute. This is a very, very, very fast pattern to work up. It's so small, and it's a really great keychain size too. So if you are looking for a really great small keychain, this is a great one, a great pattern. Okay, it's stuff. And I'm just using 8mm eyes as well, because it's so tiny. And he's done. I'm just going to add his little face feature, like his little beak. Okay, and done. Little chick. Okay, so this little guy is very cute and fluffy. very, very, very perfect keychain size. I think he works out really cute, and yeah, is a very good size for keychains at bag charms, and probably takes about 15 minutes to make. I wouldn't say it takes any longer than that. I forgot to record the time, but yeah, 15 minutes, and it's a great keychain size. Okay, so that is the end of our fuzzy yarn challenge. Let's go through everything that we made in this video. First up, we had Squirtle, followed by Miffy, a little bit of a fail. And then this adorable little bunny using Feels Like a Bliss yarn. Then this chicken using the faux fur yarn. And finally, this adorable little keychain chicken. Not on a keychain yet, but will be. So I think we've done a really great job with all of these fluffy yarn challenge. It has definitely been fun to go through the yarn that I have and actually make things from it that I haven't used in a year. And hopefully it has inspired some of you guys as well to create some really fun little creations from yarn that you don't usually use. So if you guys have used any of these yarns, I would love to know what your thoughts are on them. Let me know what you've made with them and how it's worked out for you. But that is the end of the video. If you like this video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.